Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about GameStop stock. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be talking about GameStop stock. Is it over for GameStop stock? Does GameStop stock actually have it in it for another run? And where I actually do think the future of GameStop is actually headed. But before I start the video, guys, I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started about GameStop. So if we take a look at GameStop, GameStop has kind of been in the media a lot over the last couple of months. Looking at the 3-month chart, it's up 326% of its value, which is pretty good. But looking at the 1-year chart, it's up 3,185%. We can definitely see here that, trading around $4 or $5. We see this giant gamma squeeze here on January 27th, where GameStop almost hit basically, $450, almost $500 a share. And, overall, if people bought GameStop stock when it was trading super low, they probably made a decent profit off of it. And, ever since then, if we take a look at the 1-week chart, up 10%, which isn't bad at all. But looking at the 1-month chart, it's actually down 22.37% of its value. A lot of people kind of wondering, is now time to kind of sell GameStop stock? Is GameStop stock eventually going to crash, or is it going to go on another historic run? Well, I think there's really a lot depending on it, right? I don't think a lot of short sellers, really kind of exited their positions when it came to GameStop. I know there were some of them, but when GameStop did hit those all-time highs once again, I know there was a lot of people out there who basically made new short positions because people were, realistically speaking, on the other hand, how often is GameStop going to hit $450, $500 a share? So people who are kind of diamond handing right now, they're kind of wondering, is this the end of GameStop? Is GameStop going to continue to trade sideways? Is GameStop going to continue to kind of sink down? Well, overall, generally speaking, the overall market's been pretty weird. If we have taken a look at it, SPY hit all-time highs, slowly start to crash. The EV market sector is crashing. Stocks like GameStop, and AMC and a lot of stocks that are holding a decent amount of short squeeze also have not really been doing that well. We kind of see that drastic decline. Like I said, but for the 1 week, GameStop is looking pretty good. But this 1-month chart, like I said, down 22% of its value, or $45. We even see here, we see this giant crash on GameStop on March 24th, but made a kind of quick bounce up. And I think that's because a lot of people are not really selling GameStop stock. A lot of people are still holding it. A lot of people are attributing it to market manipulation on why GameStop is not actually going up. A lot of it, could kind of play into market manipulation. Same thing kind of happened last time when GameStop was going on that historic run where, we definitely see back at the 1-year chart, GameStop was kind of rallying all the way upward here. And then basically a lot of the brokerages limited trading on GameStop stock, causing it or only allowing people to actually sell their positions in the stock, which some people still to this day debate whether that was actually even legal or not. But enough of the backstory. A lot of people are going to, they're asking, is GameStop going to have another run? When is GameStop going to actually start doing something? I'm getting impatient. I'm holding the stock. So here's what I personally think is going to happen. Like I said, right now, there's not really that much market stability. If we have taken a look at it, the market's kind of been pretty funky. Certain sectors overall have kind of been trading really low, and some sectors have been doing very, very well. We did see a tech crash, but then, over the last couple of months, tech has actually been doing extremely well, while EV stocks like GameStop and AMC and other sorts of stocks have not really been doing that well. But my personal opinion on it is I think GameStop is actually going to have another run. I don't think it's over for GameStop stock. I don't think that, we have seen the last of GameStop. You have to understand that these stocks do contain a lot of explosiveness. So if GameStop is attributed to the right amount of media, and now that GameStop does actually have more media attention, we can definitely see overall that GameStop probably does have the potential for another run. And my personal opinion on it is I think if GameStop actually does go through another historic run, it's actually going to be bigger than the last time because, like I said, there's still lots of shorts that are being shorted or lots of shares that are being shorted for GameStop stock, which could still cause a rally upward. Even the legendary Roaring Kitty from Reddit actually doubled his GameStop position, right? He doubled his stake in GameStop when he probably thinks that, there's probably still going to be another historic run. Obviously, you can never time it. You can never put a timing kind of timeline on it altogether. But You know, people have been talking about GameStop squeeze for years, and a lot of people say that GameStop actually hasn't gone through a short squeeze just yet. That what we saw about, a couple months ago was only a gamma squeeze. That GameStop still has a lot more room to run. I tend to agree on that. On that side note, I do think that GameStop has a lot more room to run, and like I said, I do think the squeeze is going to be a lot bigger than last time. I could see GameStop actually hitting a lot higher than $450, $500 a share. But a lot of people are kind of wondering, what's going to attribute to that kind of growth? What's going to make GameStop actually going to run up? And what kind of circumstances have to be to kind of make GameStop start rallying once again? Well, one, it has to be the right market condition, right? So like I said, over the last month, we've seen GameStop stock not really doing that well. GameStop has to be in kind of an upward position where a lot of shorts actually start getting worried about their overall positions and they start covering their positions, which is definitely going to cause a, trend upward, right? These are millions and millions of shares that are being shorted at a single time. Right, it's not like someone's shorting 100 shares or 1,000 shares. These are millions of shares that have to be covered. So this does bring stocks to unreasonably high prices that nobody can really predict. It is theoretically possible for GameStop to hit $2,000 a share. Do I think it's going to hit that? I don't know. You can't really say because anything is possible. If you had told people when GameStop was trading, $3, $4 a share, if you had told people, down the line that GameStop was going to be trading at $450, $500 a share, no one would have really believed you. If anything, they probably would have laughed at you. So it's really hard to say when you're put in a squeeze position how high a stock can actually go. Like I said, it's millions and millions of shares that are being shorted. For me personally, like I said, I don't think it's over for GameStop stock. I do think that there's still going to be another massive squeeze out of GameStop. Like I said, we just need to hear more good news from the company. We did get decent news for their earnings. Their earnings were actually okay. But as GameStop continues to innovate, as they kind of start to move more towards an online platform, getting rid of the brick and mortar stores that really aren't that profitable anymore, it's very tough to say that that GameStop is not going to do it again. And a lot of people do attribute that GameStop is still going to grow a lot in the year of 2022 as well, right? So, some people are attributing GameStop is going to be growing a lot in the next year as well. And like I said, looking at the 1 year chart, if you had invested, $100 in this, you'd make 3,000% on that, which is a decent amount of money. So people haven't really lost hope in GameStop just yet. I think there's people out there who are still super optimistic on GameStop stock and where the actual stock could actually be headed. Now, if I'm putting a personal price prediction on it, where I think GameStop stock is actually going to be headed, I do think it's going to trickle in the upward direction. I do think we're actually going to see some upward movement from GameStop as the market continues to stabilize. Right now, like I said, some sectors are in a bear market. A lot of stocks are not doing well. Some stocks are rallying, but a lot of stocks are pretty far off from their all-time highs, whether it be Tesla or NIO or even GameStop, AMC. Even a lot of the tech stocks are not trading at all-time highs. So a lot of people are attributing that as the market continues to gradually get better, which, we've been in a bear market for a little bit now, about a couple months now, people are kind of attributing that, okay, as the market continues, to kind of go upward, as the market cycles continue to shift, this is going to start pushing GameStop stock upward. People are going to start flooding money back into GameStop even more than they're flooding now, and this is generally going to drive the price upward, which is definitely going to put people in a position where they start to panic on their overall position, the short position specifically, which is going to lead to an influx of people covering a lot of shares. Like I said, my personal price prediction on GameStop stock, if it goes to a short squeeze, is going to be a lot higher than last time. I wouldn't be surprised if GameStop hits anywhere from $700 to $1,000. It is a very realistic approach if GameStop does go through that short squeeze. But with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of GameStop stock. Do you guys think GameStop stock is going to go through another short squeeze? If you guys own GameStop stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.